personal development and transformation. It doesn't come from improvement, it comes from change. You are one decision away from an epic life. Are you ready to... Hey, hopefully I am now live on the Facebook page, as well as hopefully we are all in the relevant groups. I've got like 3 or 4 groups of mine I'm streaming into now. I think I'm even streaming into my personal page, so I hope you're doing great. How are we all today? Now, I'm going to apologize first off the bat if I don't get to see all your comments, because like I said, I'm really streaming through lots of different places. So how are we all today? I hope you're doing great and you're ready to learn. Go ahead and let me know if you, my friend, are ready to learn. So let me go ahead and see if people are logging in right now. Let's just see. Here we go. Okay, we got quite a few people on the Facebook page. So how are you today, my friend? Are you ready to learn? I know I kind of made it a bit of a commitment that I wanted to be able to get back on the Facebook Lives to more places other than just like my Facebook group of Mind Mastery, which is a private paid group. I usually jump in there very, very frequently, and I just know that I should be able to be serving more people as well. And I've just pretty much finished a marathon of recording, okay? So I've just been recording custom tracks for half a day, and I've loved every moment of it. And you would think, right, when you put effort into something, I put a lot of effort into it. Many people get down in their energy. They start to feel low, as if they feel as if they're not really kind of feeling it anymore. Whereas I really believe if you're doing what you love, you will bring the energy every single moment. And that is why I am super pumped to be speaking with you all right now, because I love what I do and I love supporting you to be able to be your potentiality. So I can see that we're all logged in here today. So if you are ready to learn, go ahead and say yes, you are ready to learn. Now, if you're watching this in the anxiety group I have, then I will be jumping into there to see some of the comments here and there, and also within my Mind Mastery one as well. So let's go ahead and see. Yes, people are in Mind Mastery. So great to have you guys in Mind Mastery, and great to have you all on the Facebook page as well, my fan page. That is really where you get a lot of the other free insight that I give. But are you ready to learn something awesome? Because today, I don't know why the subject line even is different than it should have been. The program I use is a little bit buggy sometimes, but this whole episode, okay, we're saying one more and show more, but the real episode title is, let me bring it up, it's always good to refresh my own memory. So this is about overcoming fear, overcoming the darkness, overcoming the feelings of feeling low. You see, like I said, I've just done a marathon of recording, and it's built me up. It's allowed my energy to actually grow because of what I do, right? But I also understand there are many people out there who experience fear. They experience worry, they experience doubt. And today I want to be able to share my insight as to how we need to make a difference in ourselves. You see, I remember, and there's been numerous times where I've felt the darkness creeping in. I felt the worry, I felt the stress. I felt as if there were no options, nowhere to go, and I was pretty much in this feeling of pity. Sometimes you feel it just within yourself. Other times, people bring that into your life. Have you noticed that? Maybe it's your best friend who's not the most happiest person in the world. Maybe it's even your partner. Maybe it's your work colleagues. Maybe, just maybe, it's because of all the craziness of what is going on around the world. We are inundated with the news, and that can cause the darkness to creep in. Now, you can say darkness in many different ways, where if you're just feeling low, where you're feeling scared, wherever you're feeling fear, where you're feeling doubt in who you are as a person, and even your future, even humanity's future. But I'm here to tell you something different. And I don't know if you're going to absolutely believe in my personal truth, but I absolutely do know that you can have your very own epiphany. Because as I said, I've felt those times, and I'm not immune to them now. But what I have the tools to be able to change my state in any given moment, because I've learned over the last 15 years of how this thing in my head really works. You see, that creeping in of a doubt, whether it be from the external means, the external forces, if you've met someone who is just, I don't know, I'm not going to say evil necessarily, but like people who try to bring us down as a society, as a movement, as the world, or even just trying to bring you specifically down. And we can even branch out to just events like the economy, where because the economy is not going our way, we feel that darkness, that loneliness, that creeping in to our thoughts, polluting our mind and polluting the beauty and the purity of who we really are on the inside. It is something that we need to discuss. So if you're with me, go ahead and let me know in the comments that you are here to learn something new and you are ready to step up and make a change. This is your pep talk. This is the insight that you might be needing for your awakening. You see, in each and every given second of the day, every single moment, you have a choice to choose something new. You can choose the darkness, you can choose the fear, you can choose the scarcity, you can choose the doubt. But you also have the polar opposite. You can choose gratitude. You can also choose hope. You can choose faith. You can choose to believe in something bigger than yourself. You can choose to believe in who you are and go other people's opinions. The external events around the world might not be the best right now, but I'm not going to participate in them as much. I might have obviously natural sadness. I might have all like the warranted feelings, but you know what? It's not going to take my head out of the game. I'm going to refuse to allow other people and other things to stop me going to where I need to go. Because I know when I am me, I know when I am the performing to the best of my ability, I am giving out to the world. I am radiating what is needed in this world. It all starts with you and I together. It starts with us coming together and realizing our truest potentiality. Where we go on the inside when everything is so big on the outside and it feels like it's crushing you, it feels like it's pulling you down, you go, no. I refuse to let other things ruin where I'm heading. I refuse to allow other people, other events, people in our life, the situations we're going through right now, even that little voice on the inside saying, who are you to achieve anything? Who are you to experience happiness? You're not worthy, you're not good enough, you're not capable. Everyone always said you wouldn't make it, and that's why you're not making it. We can refuse that voice. That feeling in the pit of your stomach, giving you the worry and the doubt, the fear in our heart, we can refuse. I'm not saying it's easy. Some things you have to acquire the ability through learning. You see, there's always strategies out there. Always is. If someone can do it, so can you. I'm not going to say it's easy, but it can be possible. But that possibility starts in one place, and that is within you. That is your conscious desire to choose something else. To rather believe in your own fear, rather to experience it in the way that you always do, to choose something else. You see, what fear is, in my opinion, is illusionary. It's something that was created in the mind to keep us protected in some way. You see, fear protects us to a certain degree. But the interesting thing about fear, it is a conditioned response based through past events leading up to this moment, bringing all that past stuff in to make a judgment on this present situation. That's what it is. You see, you can do away with fear and still be safe, and I'll tell you why. You have this magnificent thing within inside of you called the fight and flight response. That's not fear. That is instantly being able to be activated when you need it. But the inappropriate worries, fears, doubts, to me, they're illusionary, which we're participating in. We are participating in it. And here's the thing. And I want you to be very, very honest with me. Because through honesty, we'll get clarity. Through honesty, we get the clarity, and then we get the opportunity to choose something else. So here's the thing. Be honest. Do you sometimes indulge in the drama of your life? Do you take some form of enjoyment in the drama of life? Be honest. It's very easy to do. I know that I have done it in the past, where we start to indulge in the fear. We start to lose ourselves in it, and we begin to feel as if it's ever present and it's a way of being in this world, a habit, second nature, where we feel as if that worry, that doubt is a part of who we are after all. And we just indulge in it. We participate in it in such a way that we are actually giving it permission to give you more. By indulging in it, by participating in it, we're giving it permission. It's almost like, and by the way, let me be very clear. I would never say we are consciously deciding this. I don't think we consciously decide to do it, but we just do it because it can be familiar. We do it because it's natural to a degree to feel that way, to like get lost in that moment. Because we feel that it's evidentially, is that even a word? Evidently? Maybe that's the word, who knows? As if it's real. We choose to participate in it because we think that that is what life is. Maybe we've gone through life and we've seen our parents going through that fear, that scarcity, whether it be around money, whether it be bad relationships, whether it be around health, whether it be about career. And we believe at an unconscious level that that is what life is. But it's not. I mean, it is. It's a choice. We can go down that way. But it doesn't have to be that way. We can continue participating in that fear, the worry, the doubt, the anxieties, the limiting beliefs, the ideas about what the world is, our associations to the health, the wealth, the relationships, the career, the finances, all the things, right? We can choose to participate in the darkness of it, or we can choose to participate in the lightness of it. But what are we really indulging? And that's where I want you to be honest. And sometimes you just have to hold your hand up and go, yeah, Joseph, sometimes I do indulge in my own issue too much. Why? Because sometimes it lets me off the hook. You see, if I have lots of reasons as to why my life is how it is, how my bank balance is in the negative, if I have a reason for that because of the economy, because I didn't get the education, I didn't have the right support growing up, it lets us off the hook, and that feels good sometimes. If it's about relationships, when you're like, oh, well, I've been going through so many bad relationships, I just participated, that is what relationship is, and that is why I always have bad relationships. That is why I'm cheated on, that's why I'm abused, that's why I never have fun, I never have enjoyment in my relationship, because it's just what I've been taught. I modeled it from my parents. I've had it because of this one-time event where someone did that to me. Where we say the health, where we say the relationships, the money, are we choosing to participate in it? Are we giving it permission to give more of the same back to us? You see, the first step is becoming conscious of this. You see, most of the time, many people, probably unlike you, because you're here waking up to maybe a new epiphany, but you're actually becoming conscious that actually This is what I'm doing. But many people go through life hypnotized. You see, you might know me for hypnosis, putting people into hypnosis and letting go of their issue. You might know me from that. You might have listened to my hypnosis tracks. But you know what? I think hypnosis is actually just undoing bad trances. Undoing hypnotic states that we're choosing to participate in. We've been hypnotized, not through necessarily a hypnotist, but the greatest hypnotist in the world is the world events. It's the people in our life. It's the people who we grew up with. It's the teachers. It's our family. They are great hypnotists. Now, of course, we can't blame them. Because if we blame them, once again, it's an excuse. And we don't know. They probably were hypnotized the exact same way as we've been hypnotized too. And it can go back for generations. So it's not even about them. It is all about ourselves and what we do right now. You see, that darkness, that fear, that worry that I'm talking about, that negative little doubt inside your mind, which is saying, you're not good enough. You're not capable. We've got to take a stand on that. We've got to choose something different. You see, when the darkness comes, when that fear overcomes you, it is up to you to stand up, even physically stand up, and go, no, I refuse to participate. I refuse to engage in anything which is bringing me down. I refuse to engage in the fear. I refuse to engage with the doubt. I even refuse to engage with that little voice on the inside saying those things. Instead, I'm going to choose something new. I'm going to choose something else. Now, in a moment, I'm going to get back into that. I'm going to have a quick 5-minute break. But after the break, we're going to go deeper into this. Of how you can change that fear, how you can change that doubt, and actually let something more profound into your life, which will be your guiding beacon to your success. So, I will see you in a few seconds. Well, I say seconds, it might be many seconds because it's around 5 or so minutes. But hey, if you're enjoying my stuff, you will need to pay attention to this video because if you really want to change, I have no issue selling this. No issue. First of all, this is all free. And the thing sometimes, you've got to realize the immense value of what you can achieve in your life when you invest in yourself. And I'm so committed in shining every light inside your life to get the transformation that you desire. That this, my friend, could be exactly for you. So I'll speak to you in a second.
With all these hypnosis, and it was helping me so much. And as soon as my mastery came on, didn't pull the trigger right away. It took me a couple months, but as soon as I felt like, okay, I have to do this, I did. And Joseph Clough has helped me so much. I would give anything to help him.
Joseph, the hypnotherapist, is his work has been really amazing. I've tried other types of therapy and hypnosis before, and it's helped, but it's never resonated as much as Joseph's work has. You know, I've learned and I've grown so much through Joseph's work, and being here on the weekend and meeting him in person now as well. He's a real stand-up guy. He's fantastic to be around. He's great fun, and it's just been an absolute pleasure to be here.
Joseph is awesome. He is a legend and he's my hero. He always knows, he always has the answers, but he never gives them to you. You have to find them yourselves, but he gives you the cues. And Joseph often says that you have it in you, and that's true. And he just brings it out. He knows the buttons to press, and you just got to press them.
Okay, so we're back with a very small break this time because I was too eager to get back into this. So, what did we learn? We learned that if darkness is coming our way, when we're feeling the fear, the worry inside our thoughts, our feelings, and in our stomach, in our chest, we're feeling the nerves, we got to do something else about it. You see, you can lose yourself into that indulgence of the darkness. You can indulge yourself in that absence, in that loss, in that lack of, in that scarcity. I mean, have you ever felt that way when you felt that scarcity where it just locks you down and you feel like there's no way out, that we're not fixable, we're just broken? You see, that is the darkness. That is the trick of the mind, my friend. That is the trick that the mind tries to play. Why? Because it likes to try to protect us, but it does it in such a way that it's overprotection and it just paralyzes us in our goals and our dreams. I mean, think about it, right? You have to choose something else. You've got to refuse to indulge in the darkness, indulging in the scarcity, indulging in the drama of life. You see, everyone goes through stuff. Everyone does. I've been through stuff. You've been through stuff. Your neighbor's been through stuff. We've all been through stuff. Some is just crazy stuff, crazy traumatic. Others are smaller. But there's always stuff, the fear, the doubt, the worry, because of the events that we go through. It happens. But still, we have a choice. We have a choice to choose something else. You see, the fear that we experience is only there because we're lacking the love. You see, I really believe if you experience the love for life, the love for who you are, the fear will cease to exist. I believe the fiber of who you are, the core beingness of who you are just love. You see, fear is just the absence of love. So you have to just connect back into the nature of the true potentiality, the beauty of who you are. And even if you think of that darkness, the darkness is only there because it is absent of light. That's all it is. So it's your job to evoke as much light and love into your world. You have to be the person who quits that self-talk and tells it that this is it, I am done with it. When it comes in, it is your signal to go, I am done with this. When that niggling self-doubt goes, you go, no, I am done with this. I am more than this. I am full of potential and I have the ability to do as I wish based on the purity of who I am, which is love. I am going to radiate that love and that light so it distinguishes the fear and the darkness. It will cease to exist when you decide something new, when you are just done with it, that you refuse to experience it anymore, where you just refuse and go, look, life's been this way for a long time and I'm done with it happening in this pattern. I refuse to allow it to affect my future in the same way that it's affected my past, even the people in my past. I am going to be the game changer here. I'm going to be the difference to stop everything. I'm going to look deeper on the inside of me. I'm going to look deeper into the love. Now, when I say the words of love, what do I really mean by that? I just mean, I know the purest part of you is love. Sounds out there. It might sound a little bit woo la la, but do you know what? I don't mind that. You see, it's better to experience pure love for yourself, the purity of it, and embrace the woo la la, right? Because all it is, love, you can change to peace, you can change it to contentment, you can change it to empowerment, you can change it to tranquility, you can change it to awakening, to an epiphany, you can change it to so many different things. It's just a label maybe for you. But you have to turn the tide. You've got to say no. I refuse to even acknowledge it. In fact, here we go. Let's go a little bit deeper. I didn't plan to go this bit deep, but let's go deeper, right? I want you to show up that fear and darkness to what it really is. I want you to take the illusions that we live by, because when you think about it, it's all just happening in here, right? It is almost like a projector booth of interpreting all the information, and they say like, what, 5 to 7 billion bits per second, which is then narrowed down, deleted, distorted, and generalized based on our belief systems, our past, the decisions we've made, the cultures we've been brought up in, all those things. We're deleting, distorting, and generalizing, and I want you to begin to show something different, right? So I want you to begin to show up what that fear really is, what that darkness really is. I want you to show it up for what it really is and turn that in to the light. Turn it into the love. You see, when you realize it's illusionary, it has no power over you. But when we indulge, when we contribute, when we activate it and participate with it, we're just giving it more strength over us. We're giving it the strength to reign over our life in our health. And that is why we feel really bad in the morning. That's why we're tired. That's why we're not working out. That is why our relationships are maybe not in the best place right now. That jealousy, the scarcity, the doubt, the anxiety, the lack of communication. That is why maybe our finances aren't in the best place. How are we meant to be abundant if we're living a life of scarcity? How are we meant to live a life of being rich, whether it be in finance or just every area of your life, in a place of fear? Surely we can't do that, right? We cannot expect happiness if we're participating in darkness. We cannot expect financial gain if we're participating in the scarcity. We cannot experience the love in our relationship if we are participating in the disorder and the confliction, if that's even a word, the conflict of separation. You see, when we begin to have this awakening inside of ourselves and we realize there's something deeper to life, that it's not what life brings to me, it's what I bring to life. So what am I going to bring? Am I going to bring more fear into my life? Am I going to bring more doubt, more scarcity? Or am I going to choose to bring more love in? So therefore life brings more to me as well. Once again, I'll say it again. It's not what life brings to you. That's a very selfish way of living. For life has to give something to you, whether it be bad, negative, or just in between. It's not what life brings to you. It's about what you bring to life. And are we bringing in the darkness? Are we bringing in the hate? Are we bringing the discrimination? Are we bringing in the separation? Are we bringing in the conflict? Are we bringing in the dis-ease of the system on the inner level and the outer level? Or are we going to bring in the love? Are we going to bring in the peace? Are we going to bring in the fulfillment? Are we going to bring in the connection with one another once and for all? You see, when you make that decision, you are choosing to participate in something greater than yourself, of which is yourself. The love, the beingness, the oneness, which is always present. It is always present, by the way. I know it doesn't feel like it because it is buried beneath the fear. The illusion of the fear is burying the love and the light. It is tainting it. It is muddying the waters. But beneath the waters is everything you need. You just got to find what that deeper connection is. You have to find there's something more to life, and you are going to refuse to participate in anything which is bringing you down. You see, you might be thinking to yourself, but I've got to participate in the economy. No, you don't. I remember actually listening to an audiobook about a person who was in the financial industry, not actually in the financial industry, but like it was some kind of commodity of some sort. And he was being interviewed, and he said, what about the economy though? Surely that's affecting you right now. And he said, I refuse to participate in. I'm going to find a way. There's always a way. There's always a solution. There's always something that I can get better at, that I can use and I can take advantage of, I can grow from. So we must refuse to participate. Even with people. Are we participating with people who are bringing us down all the time? And I'm going to be blatant to you. I know it can even be our family. It could be our mother, our father, our brother, our sister, a cousin, our sibling, which is a brother or sister. It could be a partner. It could be a work colleague. But we have choice. We either have a choice to cut them out of our life, or we have a choice to be able to act and react differently to them. You see, I deal with people who have issues every day, right? Which would be counterintuitive. I'm surrounding myself who have issues. But do you know what? I surround myself with people who actually want to change. You see, we've built up a family and we're in it together. We're like a community which is growing each and every day and supporting one another to give the right foundations which guarantee success. And even still, in the beginning times of people entering my group, my family, they might not be there yet. But you know what? We're going to do two things. We are going to pen them in with that empowerment, with all the support that they need, which guarantees them to change. And in the beginning, for me personally, I choose how I support that person. I choose to maintain my emotional and my physical state in any given moment. It's choice. It takes time to learn, maybe. I'm not going to say that it happens every time because I'm human. But you know what? I have power and control over how I act because I'm refusing to participate in the stresses and the doubts and the fears and the scarcities any longer. It all comes from a choice, my friend. Realize that you can choose something else. You can refuse to participate in something else. You can live in the past, or you can go off into the future, evoking the love and the light, in projecting and radiating your desires. To show up to life and go, look, do you know what? I don't mind if all this stuff is happening in my life right now. I don't mind about the economy. This is all happening, but do you know what? I'm refusing to allow it to affect me because I'm on my own game. I'm the boss of my mind. I'm the boss of my life. I am the controller here, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to learn, to adapt, to grow, and to shine despite what is going on. You can shine despite the fear. You can show up the fear to be illusionary and pen it in with all the love and light that you wish. You can refuse to participate. You can refuse to indulge. You can refuse to even get in that anymore. It's not that we're avoiding it. We're just showing up for what it really is, which is an illusion. And we're starting to inject what is happening in here, our heart. We're starting to go by the mind and the body in total alignment and congruency at a conscious and unconscious level, which systematically creates the results that we want in our health, relationship, career, finances, and abundance in each and every area of our life. We can choose that or we can repel it. And that's where we've got to be honest. Are we buying into our story? Are we buying into our past? Are we buying into the significant emotional events? And I understand for good reason to a degree, right? Because we've been there. But it doesn't mean, just because we've been there, it doesn't mean we have to keep on reliving the same old pattern, the same old themes. And you'll know if they're themes. If you go throughout your life and you realize you have a particular theme about trust, a particular theme about money, or a particular theme about relationships, a particular theme about your progress, a particular theme of how you see yourself in this world, you know you're repeating the same old story over and over again. And you cannot expect to get different results if you're repeating the same story. So let's choose a new story. Let's come a place from power and create something different. You see, all the big things that happen in the world, they are created. And usually they are created from that fear. They are created from that emotional pain that you're going through right now, where you then decide that something has to change. Where you decide that something has to be different today. that you're willing to do whatever it takes, invest the time, invest the money, invest in the education, and invest in not just the improvement, but the absolute change in your life today. You can let the moment pass. You can allow to indulge in the story of the repetition of the drama, in the excuse and the reason as to why we are like we are, because it lets us off a hook, and it's good, but long term doesn't feel good, because in the long term you are remaining held back, and you're allowing the unseeable, illusionary fear and doubt creeping into your life bit by bit each and every day. And I'm bringing this to your attention now because it would be keep on happening anyway. But once you become conscious of it, at least you have a choice. You have a choice to do something different. You can choose to stay the same or do something different. You can choose to indulge in a new feeling of love and light. You can begin to bathe the rest of your life in that gratitude, in that beingness. It's all a choice. My life wasn't great. I dropped out of college. I had bad relationships. I used to blush, have social anxiety. I felt crippled through that worry and doubt each and every day. Constant fear in my life ever since I could remember, all the way up till I was 18 years old. I experienced that every day. And it got to a point where my dad had to pull me to one side and said, Joseph, you are living a miserable life. I am seeing all the coursework you're not doing. I can see that you're unhappy and something has to change. Now, I didn't have to change in that moment. He may have instigated, brought it to my attention like I'm trying to bring it to your attention. But I could have chose to carry on the same, doing the job I absolutely hated, continue to feel like a dropout, continue to be really overweight, continue to live in that fear and that doubt and that worry and the blushing and every single day to be that way. But it was so bad that I was like, no, I'm done with this. You've brought it to my attention, now I'm going to take action on it. I thought life was meant to be this way. I thought I was broken and unfixable. So I want to say thank you to my dad, Paul, who obviously everyone knows in Mind Master anyway, because he saved me from that fear for the rest of my life. He brought me out of that and said there's a different way. And that's what I'm trying to do for you right now. Because I've been there and I don't want you to carry on doing the exact same thing, repeating it over and over and staying the same. So make that decision, make that choice. It's all within you. Realize that you are worthy, you are capable, you are loved. But you got to choose. Let's indulge in something new. Indulge in what is pure and what is right. And what is right? Well, that's your choice. Now, if you want to be able to take the extra step in your evolution to experience a deeper love than you could ever imagine, where you can realize what is possible, to overcome and dismantle those worries and the fears and the doubts, come and join me. You won't regret it. Have a great day. Speak to you soon.
I would recommend Mind Mastery to anyone that wants to overcome any issue in their life, and 100%.
I would buy it for other people if I thought they'd use it, but there's no point in doing that. If you have you ever feel disconnected, you will always have somebody to be connected with on Mind Mastery.
I would recommend Mind Mastery to everyone. Even if you don't think there's improvement that you need to make or specific steps that you need to take to improve your life, everybody can use support. Everybody can use people to guide you. We all need those kinds of guides, and reaching out to somebody, there's no shame in learning, there's no shame in asking for help, and I feel that Mind Mastery truly gives that help and support that I definitely was looking for, and that everybody can help and use a little bit.
You've got nothing to lose. You can try and find the answers everywhere else, you can waste that time. But if you give Mind Mastery a try, you won't regret it. There's so much you don't know about yourself. There's so many answers that you're looking for, which you can find in Mind Mastery.
I would say definitely join Mind Mastery. You've got the support. Joseph has got so much, to give, and so much for everyone to learn. And you have the great support with Joseph and his wife Melissa, as well as the people in Mind Mastery.
The Mind Mastery community, the online part, is an amazing group where everybody is so friendly, so supportive of one another. There is never a negative word. You can log on at any time and there will always be someone who will listen to what you've got to say, and the feedback and the positive comments are amazing. I've travelled all the way from the UK to come to San Diego and be a part of this first seminar, and there are people here from all over the world. It's been an amazing experience. There's such a good vibe, the rapport with everybody. It's amazingly well humoured as well. Although it's very serious stuff that we're doing here, it's also great fun.
Even before meeting you in person, seeing the videos, participating in the live calls, I never feel that there's a screen in between. I feel a connection even through the cyberspace, and same with the other people as well. I feel definitely a connection. You are so passionate about what you do, and it comes through whenever you give, whether it's a process or it's a spontaneous live Facebook chat after a run or something. You really live what you teach, and it comes through very genuinely. So Joseph is a very genuine, loving, giving, warm person.
Joseph, I think, is amazing. He's done amazing work, and he's helped me a lot. As I said, I don't know where I would be if I hadn't met Joseph. He's helped me in so many ways, and I don't think I could give back what he's given to me, and all I can say is thank you.
Joseph is, first of all, I just think he's an excellent hypnotherapist. That's just an absolute given, okay? In terms of running Mind Mastery, I think he's a professional. He's done this by himself. He's self-educated, self-taught. He's been on the journey. He's overcome a lot of things, so he can really teach you. He's walked the walk, and now he's talking the talk, so he can do both. And the thing that's really great is, like I said, he continues to support you throughout the process. And my highest compliment is that he is a kind and caring man. And that makes all the difference.
Okay, so I don't know if Joseph Clough knows this, but I went online, I don't know how many years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and I was trying to deal with a driving phobia. By the way, this weekend, I've been letting other people drive me all over, okay? And somebody was telling me how great this person was, and I went and listened, and I started working with whatever stuff for free for a year or two. I was working for free with all these hypnosis, and it was helping me so much. And as soon as my mastery came on, didn't pull the trigger right away. It took me a couple months, but as soon as I felt like, okay, I have to do this, I did. And Joseph Clough has helped me so much. I would give anything to help him.
Joseph, the hypnotherapist, his work has been really amazing. I've tried other types of therapy and hypnosis before, and it's helped, but it's never resonated as much as Joseph's work has. You know, I've learned and I've grown so much through Joseph's work, and being here on the weekend and meeting him in person now as well. He's a real stand-up guy. He's fantastic to be around. He's great fun, and it's just been an absolute pleasure to be here.
Joseph is awesome. He is a legend, and he's my hero. He always knows, he always has the answers, but he never gives them to you. You have to find them yourselves, but he gives you the cues. And Joseph often says that you have it in you, and that's true. And he just brings it out. He knows the buttons to press, and you just got to press them.